Ghostly greetings, my dude. Ghostly greetings. And hi, your boy Pruitt. We're doing Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. The library made me some cool dinosaur bookmarks, so I love that. Thank you so much for the library for making these. Huge dinosaur fan. I can go on to, you know, I do this plot, characters, pros, cons, and how I enjoy the journey of the book in this 270-page awesome tale. All right, the plot is there's this couple and their adopted daughter, Eric, Andrew, and Wynn, and they head to this cabin. And while at the cabin, these 4 people show up, and they tell them they're going to make a terrible choice. And the basics of the books is the unraveling of that. This really picks up literally page 2, and it goes into like page 267. This is literally nonstop page turner. So the plot is kind of basic. People show up at a cabin, and bad things happen. In the world vibes, the plot's basic, but they sell it really good. And the writer, Paul Tremblay, delivers it very well. I want to give it a B+. It's not the most original plot, but it's done so differently. It's a fresh take, so it's a very good, it's a very good plot. Definitely you want to know what sacrifice they have to make and how it's going to unveil. Okay, characters. There's 7 main characters. The couple, their daughter, and the 4 people who are there telling them what's going on, the prophets, if you will. And I loved it. They went through every character's backstory. Eric and Andrew were fun. Wynn, the daughter, was indeed the heart of the group. My favorite character was Leonard. He was indeed crazy, and I loved him, and he was a lot of fun. But I don't really think he was crazy. I really felt like he felt like whatever he was doing was right, and those are the best people, because we all might think they're crazy, but they're like, nope, this is what I need to do, and they do it. And sometimes they don't make the best choices, but it was a lot of fun. All the characters were cool. Paul Tremblay indeed did enough backstory on most of the characters to whenever they did anything, you kind of got what was going on. You're like, oh, I get what's going on, and you understood them, so you felt really relatable to the characters. The characters I got to give an A to. I really felt like after the end of this book, I felt like I could sit down and have like tea or a beer with these people and been like, yeah. Also, it's Cobra Kai Tuesday at my work, so I'm in the gear. I just wanted to address that while we're here. Pros and cons. Pros, this was a page turner. It was a fast-paced, fun, awesome. Like, I was through this book the whole way. I was really interested. I was really getting annoyed when I was trying to, like, listen to this at work, and, like, a million people would come up and you'd pause your book for a couple hours because you had to answer a couple hundred questions. And then you could get back and listen to a chapter, and then rinse and repeat. And for like a 10, and I loved it. I loved it so much. The characters were fun. The whole story was fun. And I liked the end of the world vibe and the way it was played out. Cons, there's really only 2 cons I have for this. One, the ending. I wasn't overly fond of the ending. I'm not going to spoil it. I mean, it was an okay ending, but it wasn't where I wanted it to go. And 2, I really thought the last arc the first arc was amazing, and the second arc was just the best. But that third arc, I felt was unraveling a bit. I was worried they were going to push this book too far. And like if they would have drawn this out another 50 pages, I probably would have hated this book. But they did it right. They reeled it back in for me on that last arc. Journey. How did I enjoy the journey of the Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay? I loved it the whole way through. Cover to basically cover. Right about here. Ish. Last 2 or 3 chapters, you're like, okay, what's going on now? But they wrap it up. They reel it home. And it was fun. I did like it. And it was awesome. Cover to cover, though, I have to say I love this book. I thought this book was amazing. I'm going to give this totally 5 stars. Highly recommend this for anyone who likes horror, end of the world, or just cool character-driven stuff. I also had very early Walking Dead vibes because of all the character-driven narratives. But, Cabin at the End of the World, did you read it? What did you think, and how was it? And it is Cobra Kai Tuesday, and I have a bright blue mohawk. And this has been your boy, Pruitt, and thanks for watching. Can't hit the button.